Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. These programs are recorded and are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. I am Martha Brown, your host for today's activities. We are having brought to us from the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History the interesting information on clothing from their archives, I would say. It's going to be interesting. We've seen some things from, I think, the 1800s last time. So let's see what they brought us today.
All right.
Ladies, take it away.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It's good to see you again. I'm just setting up just a little bit more.
That's okay. You go right ahead.
We were talking about clothing, and I was going through some of our clothing racks at the warehouse and decided that maybe y'all can help me. So I've actually pulled kids' clothing. And so I have some just questions, or as far as like identifiers, as far as understanding different ones, because some are purchased and then some are handmade. And so 1 second, I got to get my notepad. I need a pencil. You know me.
I got a question for you. How do you get your pictures from our pictures from the top of the screen to the side? Because I only see part of her head right now.
Yeah, we only see part of your head.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do with that.
I was trying to do that too, Steve, because I don't usually have that problem. And usually you go to view and it says you get
in gallery, I see everything. Yeah. As soon as I pinned her, I only saw partially part of her head. And so I didn't want to do that. Arthur, you're on mute.
As long as we see her mouth.
That's better. Oh, even better.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll have to go back again and see, but it's strange because sometimes you can put it on the side.
Yeah,
I agree. Don't know why. Yeah, I can see it better now. I don't know why I can't when it goes to this.
So our camera, the way it's set up is funny because our screen shows us we have like all this space, but when we go into Zoom, it shrinks the screen size. And so that's where you get the head cut off because we're like, it looks like we have a lot of space over here, but over on the actual Zoom, it's shortened a lot.
Okay, that's good.
So if that happens, just let us know and we can adjust. Right. Okay, we're gonna start with boys' clothing and then we'll switch over to girls' clothing. I stumbled upon some really nice pieces, but I kind of need some help referring to what I know the basics, but maybe y'all know something a little bit more than I do.
Are you saying we can learn together?
I think we can learn together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've pulled a lot of items with these here with the buttons in the back that could be detached. Is there a specific thing? Well, I know they're like coveralls, but do y'all know, is that just what they're called? Because I noticed a lot of the buttons on the back. Is that not a lot of information on these pieces, but I wasn't quite sure. This was not handmade. This was purchased in store. The brand is Rough Rider.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that ring a bell for anyone?
Yeah, Rough Rider is a still common brand. It's owned by it was Wranglers for a while. I think. Yeah. The buttons on the back, is that belt that holds the buttons, is that loose kind of? So the buttons just hold the belt on? So if you took a button loose.
Yes.
Okay. You could move that over to another button and tighten the.
Then
you can hang things from it.
Yeah. So, but also you can tighten it around the waist for a smaller person.
The boys, when they think they're too big, they have this.
Yeah, you can move it. Yeah. Also, too. Whoa. Open that again. Open that again where you had it open. Undone. Do another button. Undo another button and open it again.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is there an opening down now into the inside?
Yes.
Okay. That's where you can change your diaper.
All right. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
To
just
me,
like,
that makes a lot
it's
of
just
sense.
like how I say red long johns.
Yeah, exactly right.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know Rough Riders was part of Wranglers.
Well, they're all kind of together. Rough Rider is an older brand.
Yep.
And so they kind of all just kind of eventually merged together. And actually Wranglers became part of Levi for Strauss for a while, and then it
Wow.
came separate again. And then it became part of VF Outlets. VF Outlets actually owns Wranglers now. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's just kind of a lot of different things in there. They kind of keep moving around a little bit, you know.
I see.
Steve, where did you get your knowledge of this?
Yeah.
Just from general knowledge of just kind of being around, you know, and having, you know, growing up
Okay.
Denims and things like that, you know, and
I
you know.
love it. That is awesome.
Always wondering why VF Outlet said Wranglers, so I went out and did some research, you know, why do they have Wranglers? But then other companies have, you know, sell Wranglers too.
They do.
Walmart sells Wranglers, you know, but VF Outlet owns the company now, so it's kind of an interesting.
I just think those are very cute.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
What's around the cuff?
The cuffs? The cuffs?
Does it have buttons or elastic?
No
Nope, just open.
buttons, no elastic.
Okay.
Just a simple
Okay.
cuff.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
somewhere along the way, either my brothers or I had something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
fancy.
Oh, this is a fancy one. This is
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's almost like a tuxedo.
Yeah, this is something I would never want to wear. My mother would
Yeah.
love me in it.
So we've got some shorts here and a shirt. Let's see.
Mhm.
Y'all can see that. I'm sorry, the glare is a bit.
Oh, that's right.
And then this one says, I did a little bit of research on this one. R.H. Macy and Company, Herald Square, New York.
Yep.
Macy's,
Mm-hmm.
founded in what, 18?
I don't remember.
Oh no, I've got it. I had to. 1858. Roland
Wow.
Hussey Macy in 1858.
Do we know how old this clothing is?
I do not. I don't have a lot of information on any of these pieces. They were just found in our clothing rack with some of our women's clothing. And I was going through things and I just thought this was the cutest thing. And I go, I can do kids clothing. I can do boys and girls.
That kind of reminds me of some of the clothing you would see in photos around the turn of the 20th century, into the 19th, 20th century, into the early 20th century.
Yeah. And then,
So are these
boys' clothing.
boys or girls' clothes?
Now more
these are
so,
boys.
that would be would not be an everyday
No.
clothing. That would be more of a dress up clothing, a Sunday clothing.
Is it velvet?
Yes, it is a blue velvet. And then it looks like there would have been some buttons. There's button pieces here.
Yeah, because they didn't have zippers at that time.
Yeah.
It was buttons.
You'll see that.
But that's a fairly older one because I don't remember when zippers really came in. But they used buttons for everything instead of zippers.
They did. I was kind of wondering.
Whoa.
Nope. See this here? I'm going to try to see.
Mm-hmm.
But there's.
I wonder if those are for suspenders.
I was going to say that's suspenders.
That's suspenders.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's for suspenders.
It had buttons on the end of suspenders and they put them into those.
All right, I'm gonna make a note of that.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out what that was, and I'm like, suspenders.
I'm sorry. I had buttons in a different thing, you know.
No.
So
But-
this Wikipedia says that zippers became popular in children's and men clothing in the 1920s and 1930s.
Okay. So does that have a zipper at all?
No,
So that means it's older than probably 1920.
I would say,
That's a
yeah,
fairly
either
old-
late 1800s to early 1900s.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
some
and-
information for you about zippers.
Do you want
It's
that?
Martha speaking here.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I have some information about zippers.
All right.
The two chief uses of the zipper in its early years were for closing boots and for tobacco pouches. Zippers began being used for clothing in 1925 on leather jackets. In the 1930s, a sales campaign began for children's clothing featuring zippers. So these are pre-1930 that you have in front of you.
Yeah.
All right.
That was from the web,
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Pre-1930s.
which could be totally wrong. You know how the web is.
Well, like,
That's the same thing Wikipedia told me. So I think you're pretty right.
Oh,
No, that
cool.
two sources. There you go. Well, when I was doing a little bit of research, they were talking about by the late 1800s, this term of breeching, as far as
Mm-hmm.
for boys who are no longer wearing just like your tunics and your gown style.
Mm-hmm.
When they get up older, after the crawling phase, they start being put in pants or
Yeah.
derivatives of that. And so it's kind of just, girls are not quite that way, but with the young boys, that's what it was. And so I just thought that was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Some of the early pictures, you could hard to tell a boy and a girl apart
That's right.
because the clothing was so similar.
And their hair was long.
Right. But then
Oh,
when
hair
they got
long?
older, then that's when the boys started wearing more what we call breeches.
Yeah.
At about age 4.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I was finding out too, as far as just
Mhm.
by the time
lot-
they're actually moving around and they're climbing, just they're talking, they're potty trained. All right, now you're going to start getting into adult.
Well, they're a boy. They can't climb trees and they can't crawl and they can't do all this stuff if it's
No.
a gown.
They can't.
No.
So they have to be in
Yeah.
trousers
Yeah.
or breeches or pants.
Yeah. Or overalls or
Mm-hmm.
coveralls or something like that.
I think you'll like these.
Oh,
Josh,
Yeah.
what do you
I
call-
think I remember having a pair of those.
These are awesome. So it says here that they are Caledonia fabrics made in the USA, genuine Caledonia woolen mills, Clifton Heights, Pennsylvania.
I doubt mine was
Riding
that
tops.
brand, but I had probably a Penny's knockoff.
And we're gonna try to zoom in so you can see
Yeah.
this really nice, well preserved.
Oh
There
yeah,
it
that's
is.
cool. That's neat. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, these are very well maintained. And I love older clothing because it's very heavy. It is
Mhm.
very nice. It can be worn right now. I could put it on a kid,
Yeah.
and it's just, we don't have a zipper. We've got a button.
Then again, I think it still has the I saw the little loops in the back for suspenders.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can put suspenders in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
So,
on the back.
Besides the belt loops. But I remember that style because I remember patches on the knees.
That's, yeah.
But see, I think this is a little bit different. It looks like these patches go around all the way to the inside of the thighs, like they're for horse riding or
Yeah, those
something.
look
Could have
like,
been.
like horse
Could have
riding pants.
And there's,
Yeah, they could have been because the opening at the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost looks more like a
For boots.
I'm trying to think of a style, more of a
Yeah,
Mexican style
yeah,
breeches, riding breeches.
yeah,
Or it could be more of an English style with the boots, type
Yeah.
of
It could
thing.
be,
Yeah.
as far as equestrian. I love these little pocket
Mhm.
things here, how they just button. Oh my gosh, I love these pants, and they're they're very heavy. I can only
Yeah.
imagine how warm they would be for a kid. And I was like, I want a pair. This would be awesome. But I
Like I
was super
said,
happy.
Mine probably were either Penny's or Sears knockoffs. Put it that way.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and I was
They were
wondering, it says riding top.
riding breeches. Yeah.
Riding.
Riding breeches, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for these.
And good enough fabric that they could pass them down to their 10 brothers
Right.
and sisters.
Yeah.
Then that
They,
makes
they don't wear out. They don't wear out very easily at all.
no, these
No.
were very well taken care of.
The patches on it, are they more of a leather?
They are.
Okay,
They're
so
more-
they're a thin leather, probably a suede
Yes.
leather.
What's the lining on the inside of the legs? Does it look like, it's not like corduroy, it looks like it's leather on the inside too.
Well, it looks like we've got some cotton, just maybe like some twill.
Yeah.
And then whatever is the wool blend.
Okay.
That's suede. And then it looks like we've got some more, all of this would be cotton on the inside.
Okay,
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh, beautiful.
So.
Something like that would cost a lot of money to do.
Yeah.
okay.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had wondered because I figured that they probably were not your everyday pants that
Mhm.
yeah.
you would wear on these.
You know, if those ever come back in style, it's going to be, the clothing industry is going to get a lot of money
I love them.
because it's going to cost a lot of money for those style.
They probably have to associate it from some, besides, different than horse
Riding.
riding to make it popular in today's culture.
Well, but you know, teenagers don't associate with anything. So
No, that's
it
true.
could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Lot of
those
buttons.
hangers too.
Yeah, the
Oh,
buttons.
yes. The
You
hanger.
don't see those hangers anymore, but I
Uh,
grew up with those.
I grew up with them too. I think I finally got rid of all of mine like that
Really?
a few years ago. I had
Well,
some.
I don't know if it's like the most ideal. However, if something like this does come with clothing, we try to keep it.
Okay,
Yeah,
And just as far as provenance, this one is a little bent, but still cool.
yeah, they are.
It
Those are
works.
neat. They work.
It
Yeah.
can. It totally works. And then I was wanting to see this shirt here. Hold on. I'm getting off of pants and looking at this shirt,
Oh.
like a
Oh,
sailor.
Taylor.
And
Yeah,
it's-
that was it.
This one was hand sewn. There's no
Mhm.
tag on it.
That's probably fairly early, back into either late 1800s, early 1900s is my
Okay.
guess. That style.
Oh.
That's right. You can drop the camera all you want. No one.
This is the back side. This is the front side.
That detailing on the back took a lot
Yeah.
of work.
Oh, yes, for sure.
The pocket
Oh.
is I'm sorry, the pocket is like a buttonhole. Those are hard to make.
Yeah.
Really?
they are.
Oh, they
Yeah.
are hard to make.
What's difficult with them? Is it just the stitching?
You're putting two pieces of fabric in there, one on the top and one on the bottom inside the seam. And if you look on the inside of that, it's probably red. Yes. So then they had to line it. You've got extra
Oh.
fabric in there. So you're sewing like 4 layers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There are buttonholes made like that and they're very difficult to make. I learned how to do
Okay.
that when I made a coat.
Hard.
Now, okay, I had a question about the stripe. Is this what you would refer to as ticking? Is ticking a fabric? There's like a famous stripe cotton fabric you see a lot in like blue stripes, or
Ticking is usually for a bed.
is
Yeah.
that what that is? Okay, I had wondered because I've heard that term and my dad had mentioned it to me as far as ticking, but I wasn't quite sure if that also was for clothing, or like you said, it's mainly just bedding, or if this would even qualify as it. I just really like this one.
Yes.
This is, still in very good condition. just a little bit of discoloration, but as far as you could still wear it, someone could technically
Well,
still wear it. And it's
absolutely.
actually heavy. It's pretty heavy. It's a solid piece of fabric.
It's got the little, open that sleeve up a little bit.
Oh, yep. Mhm.
So it's got like it's got a Navy insignia on it with the ranks and things.
Uh-huh.
That was very popular back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, because kids.
This is a sailor. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. There would have been bottoms to this, wouldn't there have been? Like shorts, most likely.
Yeah, shorts, I think.
We don't have anything. This was the only one that was similar to this. But I also noticed that
Wow.
there was I guess for a button. Or is that just a tear? Or would there have been a
No.
button in the back?
It would be a button on the back of the shirt, another shirt. So it'd have a blouse inside underneath that.
Okay, yep.
And that back of the button would button into there to hold it all together.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so
So
it
some
did
of the
have.
military outfits still have the same. Still have a button up on there.
So people
so that-
use it?
Yeah, do people use it?
Yeah, well, the military still does because they want to keep everything looking proper, nothing out of place.
Right.
So they have a little button there that you button in, so your coat doesn't get out of whack with your shirt.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, and it also, I think we've got a drawstring as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's very reminiscent of a Navy outfit
Okay.
because they had drawstrings. It doesn't always show them, but they had drawstrings to pull it together so that they could tighten them up when it bad weather.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's awesome. I love it.
I looked up ticking.
Yes.
Ticking was a thick herringbone fabric with stripes used for mattresses because mattresses in the beginning were made out of straw and feathers, and they used to stick out of regular fabric and hurt you.
Okay.
So that the twill was the herringbone thick fabric to make mattresses more comfy.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're
I
all
like
just
that.
learning together, aren't we?
I know.
You got some great clothing there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. And I also have another maybe sailor inspired piece.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Is that not cute?
Mhm.
I mean, this boy would have been fetching. He would
Yeah.
have been cute. And
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I can just see that on George Cambridge.
Who's George Cambridge?
Oh, yeah.
Fourth in line to the throne.
Oh,
Yep.
One,
The
two, three, fourth.
little Brit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm assuming that this one was handmade. I cannot, there does not appear to be any tags or anything on the buttons that would stipulate a certain company. And let's see, so we've got, let's see, let's see. We do have button here, no elastic, no zippers. Stitching. Maybe if anyone can kind of tell me, I don't know if we can zoom in a bit. See what we got. And we'll also look at we'll look at the bottoms too.
It's interesting that the collar had that extra piece to
yeah.
hold it in place.
Maybe a machine. And then we've got the inside of it. Stitching there. I always get as far as just if it was machine or at certain points, would it be hand stitched?
Mhm.
No. Button detail.
And you know why they did the buttons, don't you?
No.
To
I mean,
keep
as far as like the detailing.
to keep the little boys from wiping their nose on their sleeve.
That would never stop me.
Oh, that's not,
Oh.
that can't be it.
Yeah,
That can't be
yeah,
it.
that's why there are buttons on men's coats today that don't do anything. It's a holdover from when people used to wipe their nose on their sleeve.
And it prevented them. Well, I just think this one is super cute.
That's precious.
And
It
then
is.
they've got the tassels here.
Very
It's really
cool.
good condition.
Yes.
Then with a back pocket
Mm.
here. Would have been a pocket right here. Little crease.
It's something that a little boy would wear to a very formal event,
Okay.
is what it looks like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're presenting him. I can almost see it in the late 1800s, presented at a very formal, in a very rich family.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's see. It's just one button here. Yep. I just think I love this one.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
Well, and we, depending on the article of clothing, like this right here is our tag. We have some twill tape that we buy through an archival supply store, and we will write our object ID number on it and then sew it on. So that's pretty custom for us,
Mhm.
especially if the clothing's dark. We don't just, we'll have a tag on it, but we also want to put our own.
Yeah.
You say that is twill tape?
Yes, ma'am.
How cool is that? They found
my
another
God.
use for it.
Twill tape is awesome. I use it probably almost every day. We've got different widths of the twill tape,
Mhm.
and it's very handy. I tie, it's awesome. We do all of our textiles, rugs or flags, we roll them, but then we will use twill tape to secure it. And I love it. I'm a big fan.
Do you use an indelible marker on it?
Pretty much. So we've got these archival pens, the ink that doesn't bleed, it doesn't fade, it can get wet, it won't run.
Oh,
And we'll use this. Now, sometimes it'll fade. It might bleed just a little bit on the twill tape, but generally you're good. Yes. And you've written it and you've maybe gone over it, and then it's just hand stitched. So what's good about the twill tape is when we use it is that, a couple of, a nice pair of small sharp scissors, you can undo this label and then remove it. And so that's the whole point as well. And you'll find that a lot of the museum, when we pull clothing or something, and we've had to maybe do a little bit of preservation or conservation, nothing's ever permanent. A lot of times it'll just be hand sewn just to secure, if a skirt is coming, if the hemline is, if there's something wrong, we'll just very discreetly do just enough for it to maintain its form. But we try to do our level best not to alter the piece.
You could use one of the seam rippers that I make.
Seam ripper. See,
you make a seam ripper, Steve? I'd
Yeah,
love to buy
yeah.
one from you.
Yeah, I've got some wood. They're wooden handled
ooh,
seam rippers. I think I've got about 4 or 5 left. From the batch I
Save
did.
me one.
All right, I will.
Okay,
I'll pick out a nice one.
super.
yeah.
Each one's different wood.
Okay.
So
Steve makes ink pens out of covers for ink pens out of wood. He turns wood for ink pen covers.
Whoa, that's awesome, Steve.
this is one of them. This is a style. This one is a complete one. Most of them have a ring in the middle.
Yep.
This one is a complete solid one, and it turns on the end, to turn it in and out. This one is walnut,
Wow.
and I've got a
That's
couple
nice.
others I use. Yeah. Probably my favorite wood is olive wood
Ooh.
because the texture is there's so much grain in it.
Uh-huh.
Everyone is different. Just beautiful.
Look at
You
you.
could always leave a couple of them to the museum when
Yeah,
your
I'll
days are
probably
numbered.
somewhere along. I know the city of Grand Prairie has some because they put some in a display, and then the person who, had me put talked me into putting some pens and bowls in display.
Yeah.
And the person who did that died. And so I had no way to go get the stuff back again. So it's somewhere in the city of Grand Prairie.
Oh no, that does happen.
And that's fine. That's fine with me.
You're a good sport for it.
Had a little sign with it,
Yeah.
If anybody wants to do it, they can do it. So, yeah.
That kind of reminds me of Mickey Mouse. Didn't he have 2 buttons on his pants?
Did he?
He did have buttons. I don't remember if it was 2.
Yeah.
He wore suspenders. Bethany said he wore suspenders. I can double check that.
But even a lot of the outfits that had suspenders had buttons on them too.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Yeah,
Proper suspenders.
right. Or braces, as they call them.
Braces, yes. Interesting how many different hangers you have there.
Yes.
Well, some of them are archival, some of them are original. Oh, hold on, no. Hold on, we got one more of boys before we move on. We have a little bit of everything, but this one is very similar as well. Another little sailor.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very lightweight one.
It's a lightweight one, and I just shredded my gloves.
Oh, no.
So I will, yeah. All right, deluxe. Size 6. Fast color.
So that was machine made.
So this one was machine made, bought in store.
Yeah.
I think this one's very cute. I love these pants.
do.
I love these outfits because we've got sailor, yes.
So,
We've got sailor
Well, and
ones, big
and-
buttons. I'm a fan.
the separation with the buttons make it very easy for a younger child to change their diapers and
Change
clean
their
them up.
diaper.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got, I guess, we got pockets on the sides, or I'm not quite sure.
Mhm. It's also a way to keep the shorts up since the top suspends the short.
Okay.
You don't need a belt or anything.
Mhm.
They're all connected that way.
I love it. So
I
cute.
like it. Very good.
Oh, right. I'm gonna
You chose some very good ones.
thank you. Give me just a second. We're gonna transition. I've got a few before we go on to girls, I brought a few baby things
Ooh.
to show too that maybe I can show, get y'all's input. Bethany, will you help me please? We're just gonna lightly put this back in the box.
Is that acid-free paper as well?
It is, yes, ma'am.
Good.
Acid-free archival box, textile box, and acid-free tissue paper. I love all of these items because I do. I love it all. Okay. Now this one is for a younger kid, but we've got a couple of them. L. Strauss, Levi's.
Mhm. Levi's. Yeah, that's cool.
I just wasn't quite sure on this one because it seems so much wider on the bottom, or just, it buttons in the back, or
Mhm.
or it has something, I guess a collar. Would you fix a collar to that?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the back. And there it is. So I thought this one was very cute.
It's more like a dress shirt.
I'm thinking dress shirt, right? Because wouldn't a pin or something
Yeah,
or a button be attached right
Mhm.
right there?
yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
thought this one also was an interesting one. Men's furniture, First and Market. That's what the tag says.
When you put twill tape inside of a piece,
Yes.
does it fray or does it hold up when you cut the edges?
As long as we use very sharp fabric scissors,
Uh-huh.
it seldom frays. I have not had it really fray now.
So you sew it around the edges anyway, right?
What they'll do is, if it's not me, like you'll have the end, but you'll kind of tuck it and then sew.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
you can kind of hide, those exposed threads, you tuck it and then, you have to go through and sew it. But
Yeah.
generally speaking, it works. We can, we just make sure that we write everything, whatever the tag we want, and that it properly dries, and then, you sew it back on. But some people even, I think the real technical thing would be you would wash it too. You would wash that tag afterwards and then sew it on, just to make sure that it's not, nothing that the ink or whatever, isn't going to bleed through. I've read that, but we don't do that. We'll write it. So something about
when I worked in clothing textiles, I didn't. We
See,
never did that. So we would write all of our tags in one day, and then we let them dry overnight.
yes, that is
then we
pretty
sew them.
custom as far as letting it dry. Oh,
Girls,
I think
that's what I thought.
and then we have a little girl's dress.
Very sweet.
Absolutely.
That was sewn. I don't know if it would be through handmade, whether through a sewing machine, but cute nonetheless. I liked it in very good condition.
Looks
A little
hand
bit of
done.
a
It does.
Yes.
I'm like,
Is it cotton?
it is cotton, yes. And so you can just see a little bit of, it's lightweight, no lining, just a single stitch
Mhm.
hem through there. I'm thinking summer dress. Little tie there. And there you go. Very easy.
Very
I
beautiful.
like this one.
Yes.
And then I believe I have a romper because rompers are cool.
They're back in.
Would you look at this one?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a onesie, but way nicer.
Yeah.
So cute.
Way nicer.
And somebody had to have someone to iron those.
That's right.
Ugh.
Good point. Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't think it would need to be ironed, wouldn't it? That's a nice little. Yep. Change the diaper.
Yep.
Go back
I
to
can
it.
remember going on vacation as a child and having my mother having to iron everything before you put it in the suitcase. And then when you got there, you had to iron it again.
Them again.
All been in
Yeah.
the suitcase.
Well, when you traveled, did people bring their own irons, or were there irons in hotel rooms? Was it just kind of a custom, because you find irons nowadays in most hotel rooms, but
I never paid attention to the end result.
Mhm.
But
I
And either.
she even ironed the curtains that were put up on the windows,
oh wow.
the frilly stuff.
I had an aunt that ironed every sheet that went on a bed.
Yes.
Well, I can honestly say, I think I tried ironing a bedspread once. Like it was dried and I pulled it out. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna iron this. And I was very happy with myself because it looked very nice. And then my dog got on it. And I was like, well, that was nice for a few minutes. And then he just jumped right on it. Never even saw him coming, rolled around a bit, and then just decided to stay there. And I said, okay, I may not iron this again for a while. I may just kind of leave it, because knowing my dog will stow away and get on the bed. And then I got a cute little vest.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
Ah, cute.
Mhm.
I
can-
really like this one.
You can still see that style every once in a while in stores.
You
Mhm.
can.
Vests. Yeah.
Well, and this one, this fabric has, it's not a crinkle, but I don't even know what you would call it. it's a little bit heavier.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think.
I don't know if we can zoom.
Let me see if we can zoom a little bit more.
You can definitely-
More of a coarse weave.
Kind of
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
like
Yeah.
a ripple.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
That's
I
a
thought
good
so.
fabric.
I thought
I
so
think,
too. It was.
I think I've seen some ties with that type of
Oval
material.
shape.
Yeah,
There's, at the shoulder, it's not wavy, correct?
Oh, the back is different. Yes.
Oh, I meant on the front.
Oh, on the front.
Is it all wavy or just up so high?
No, it's all wavy.
All wavy. Okay.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
I mean,
That would be
That was more-
expensive on the bolt.
That would have been a handmade.
Mhm.
It would not have been of a store. It
Uh,
would have been a custom,
agree.
Yeah.
you know.
well, this
Again,
one,
you've got the button in the back
yep.
to hold the shirt on the shirt, you know.
This one's in very good condition. Whatever, this fabric has held up because that is some great stitching because there's
Corduroy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there's very little wear on the hemline or even where the arm is. There's nothing. I mean, it's made well. There's just even the buttons, not one button is loose.
Wow.
Wow.
I could put this on a kid now.
yeah,
And I always like the old school, these right here,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the ones that are a little bit more pointy.
yeah, yeah.
Slack in the back.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Those are cool.
Oh yeah. I've encountered these a lot with just men's clothing, any vests have these here. So
You could lose yourself in the history of what you do all day long, couldn't you?
I could, and there are days where you do kind of rabbit hole, and then you're like, hold on, rein it in, bring it in. I have other things to do.
Oh, Luke.
But I love clothing is fun. I think clothing is fun for everyone.
Mhm.
These right here. And I think I remember telling y'all that when it comes to a lot of the older terms in referencing clothing, whether it's a type of crochet or a type of lace work or sewing, it's always good to hear them because sometimes we'll read those things or we'll come across those terms, those technical terms, and I don't quite know what it is. Or I'm trying to find something to describe something and I'm trying to figure that one out too. All right, on to girls. We've already
Oh, is all that other stuff boys stuff?
minus the blue, that
Yes.
gingham, I guess.
Okay.
Don was
I was
just saying
confused.
all of that was boys' clothing, right?
All boys. I wanted to make sure that we were roughly representing both boys and girls. Now this one here, it does have a little bit of discoloration, but I think it's a beautiful piece.
Yes,
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
yes.
Wow.
And it's a cape.
Mhm. Oh, yes, beautiful. Look at that needlework.
Yeah.
That's not lovely.
Yes. That took a lot of time to make that one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
so we have this one here.
It's got the little lace on the bottom
It's got the lace on the bottom.
and the cape
And then you've got this cape here.
and lace on the
Oh.
collar and on the cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
beautiful.
That's when women sat home and did nothing but this kind of work all day.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, they
That's
had women that
true.
sat home with them and did the work for them.
Yes.
It doesn't go unappreciated. I know that.
Oh, I know, boy.
I would enjoy it as well. Can we get a close up? We'll see if we can zoom in.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Wow.
Not lovely all the way. We do have some, unfortunate, we've got some staining, but still, in my opinion,
Very
good
beautiful.
condition. I mean, it's well made. There's the material itself is awesome. I love this here, this fabric. And just, I don't even know what type of,
That looks like tape.
is it tape? Is it?
That they made long lengths of tape and then sewed it down.
Okay. I feel like that would also be equally, this is the inside of it.
You make that by cutting fabric on the bias and sewing it down, and it makes a tube. That's very difficult.
What do you mean by bias? I don't know if I've heard.
Bias is, instead of cutting straight across, you cut from corner to corner.
Okay.
And with fabrics that have give or stretch,
Uh-huh.
they don't have much give left to right or top to bottom. But if you cut it corner to corner and pull on it, it has give to it.
Oh,
That's called the bias.
bias.
That's your word for the day.
No kidding. Let me write that down right quick.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think I've heard that term used for sewing
Oh my goodness.
or fabric. Yeah, I don't think I've heard that.
If you talk to someone who sews, that's a common term.
Okay. But
So-
it is difficult, in other words,
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
yeah.
Yes.
when you're doing this. Okay. Oh, what a cute dress.
That's
Yeah, it is.
beautiful.
It is.
I wonder if that might have been that's a little old for a christening gown.
It is. Yeah. Could have been a no, it wouldn't be a confirmation gown. That's a little too young.
Just beautiful.
It is. It's very beautiful.
Very happy. I saw this one and I go, we need to show this one.
Hmm.
This one is beautiful.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Yes. Now I do have. Let's take this, we can put it on the table. I do have a christening gown.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, my.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And, it's boys and girls,
Yeah. It's same
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 family
style.
heirlooms, passed down, always white or ivory.
Hmm.
This one has a lovely work here.
oh my.
It's a very pretty, in again, awesome condition. Just a little bit of minor discoloration.
I wonder how well like later down the line our clothing will handle like this. It won't because it's not it's not made anymore to last.
That's
like
true.
that.
It's not made to last, but I think this one was. Then if I can, the buttons are so small.
Hmm.
I don't even know if I can undo it. It's in good condition, but I don't think I can. No, I can't quite undo the button. I think my fingers are too big. So here's the back side of it.
Hmm. Beautiful. Yeah.
Buttons here, one little button up here. We have several of these christening gowns, just again, all that ivory, that muslin with the nice bottoms. But this one was one of the nicer ones. Just we've got some beautiful lace work, and then of course all of this here. Can we zoom in just a bit, please? There we go. Got that.
Oh,
Very
beautiful.
pretty.
Oh, wow.
And then a little bit more of just here, the top part of it. This is the. I figured y'all would like the christening gown.
Yes. Good choice.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, please. I'm gonna let Bethany lay this one flat for me, please? Thank you, ma'am. That'll be fine. And then, trying to think, I've got 2 pieces left here of girls' dresses. And I couldn't bring mannequins because honestly, even our kids' mannequins are not quite small enough for these dresses.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got, this one was store-bought. I can't quite make out the tag. It's a size 5, but you've got your little eyelet hooks. This would have tied around in the back. We do have some water damage. I'm still trying to figure, Bethany, yeah, we're trying to figure out the fabric. Is it satin? Is it taffeta? I know you probably can't tell through the camera.
I don't think it's taffeta.
Okay. Could it be a satin?
Could be.
Could be.
It looks like satin, but I can't tell.
If there's nothing underneath, I don't think, no, there's just no simple, there's no lining other than.
They'd wear a slip.
Yeah, they'd have their slip underneath.
Different
The hue of it.
Okay.
And the
And then
they're
sleeves,
very similar.
Mm-hmm.
got a nice
Stuff
little
is made of
puff sleeve here.
Than satin.
I thought this was cute.
It is.
I just think size 5, that's a 5-year-olds wear something that size? Do they? Are they that tall?
Some of them are.
Don't
I
get me
think-
started, y'all, on guessing like ages and things like that.
No.
Because I'm like, oh yeah.
Arrow is really short and he's 6, but Penelope is taller than him. She's
Oh.
5, so she'd probably be able to wear that.
Got it.
Size doesn't have to match the age.
It
No,
doesn't.
not at
No.
all.
I know it seldom does. I'm just trying to guess age and kids' clothing. I'm like, I have no idea.
You did.
Yeah,
You didn't see her.
I did
Very
not.
nice. Very nice.
We probably need to wrap it up at one more item because we're running at our hour.
Oh, I apologize. Well, lucky for us, I
No.
only have one more item.
Oh, good.
All right.
Good. And then you can bring us some more another time,
I will.
please.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, wow.
Anybody would be glad to wear that.
Could you pull out just, yeah, thank you. So we can get a little bit more of it. Yeah. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Oh, yours is big.
I love the ruffles at the bottom. I love the vertical
Arms
work here.
shorter than the length would allow.
Well, that's 3/4.
Oh,
It wouldn't be long sleeve. It's like
Okay.
3/4.
Yeah.
With some black boots, tights, a slip, or an dress. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And let's see, made at home.
Yeah. Either that or they had a seamstress.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very good point. Lots of buttons. We're missing a couple of them, but that is just a long line
Yeah. Yes.
of
Hmm.
buttons.
I
Wow.
probably had a
Yeah.
dresser at that point.
Mhm. Yeah.
Folds here with just a little bit of a lace detailing at the
Mhm.
bottom.
They'd have a nanny.
Yes.
Yes.
A Downton Abbey nanny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Properly
Yeah.
dressed, got the girls up and ready.
You have a little buttons there.
They do, yes. I love that. And
We've been not watching Downton Abbey, and it was interesting because I think it was last night where they had the christening of the little baby,
Yes.
but it was Catholic and they're Anglican. And there's a big
Yes.
debate in the family.
Yes.
The father was Catholic, and so it finally came out that they all went, okay, because that's what the daughter wanted, the one who died. And the photographer was there, and at the end he said, "Oh, let's get the dowager and the grandfather there.
Oh,
And
yes.
let's get the priest in there." And
Yes.
you can see the shock in the face of the others.
Oh yeah. I love Downton Abbey, and
Yeah, it's good.
I've seen it. I think I love the cast. I love the clothing, the costumes, all of it.
I think they're supposed to come out with another season here, New Year.
I
It's
think-
amazing what clothing does to bring us memories.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Does,
yes.
yeah.
No, I very much enjoyed pulling these clothes for y'all. Well, for kids, to focus on kids, because I don't know if I've pulled this amount of kids clothing ever, just to bring out.
We are so grateful to
Yes,
you.
thank you so much.
Excellent job. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll focus on some adult clothing. I've got maybe a couple. I've got some nice coats and jackets and things like that. And we also have a large military uniform collection as well. And I did a little bit of research with those just because, starting with like World War I, just understanding the transition colors and styles that the U.S. military were adapting. I didn't know much about that, so I had to do a little bit of digging. And then I was super impressed, and I go, "Ooh, we need to talk about this a little bit more," because
Yes, please. The next chance Gail has to put you on the calendar, please ask her to do so.
okay,
Yes, please. Yes.
Yes.
We have a date.
These
I
are
think-
fantastic.
Yeah, I think we have a date for next week.
I think we do have a date. I feel like
Good,
it's on my calendar.
Good.
good. Well, we're grateful to you.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Now, where is the museum actually? Where's it located?
In the cultural district of Fort Worth. And so we're west of downtown. Our address is 1600 Gindy. Are you familiar with Montgomery Street and I-30?
No.
Yep.
Okay,
How about the
Well,
Omni?
I'm not, but others are.
it's
The
there.
Omni?
Uh-huh. The Omni, like the Omni in our museum, or the Omni Hotel?
The Omni Museum.
Oh yeah, it's here. It's here.
Yes.
So if we're west of downtown, you would just head west, whether it's Camp Bowie. And the cultural district is where all of our museums, well, most of them are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kimball, the Amon Carter,
Even Carter, yeah.
the
Okay.
Modern. We're right there. And then of course you have the huge Dickies Arena,
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
little bit
Okay.
a block south.
Yeah.
Between that building and our building, I think it's like those are the largest because
Okay.
we're right by Will Rogers. So.
And Cowgirl Museum and the Modern.
I
Yes.
think I remember that because that's really when the way we came to get to like First Methodist, we went by there. Or no. UNT Health Science
Yes.
Center.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
go by
Yes.
there.
Down the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right
it
down the
is.
street.
Excellent. Well, we do so appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes,
so much.
absolutely.
I
Thank
hate
you
to
so
do
much.
this to you because this has
Thank
just
you.
been fascinating.
It's always good to hear from y'all. I usually I take something with me after I leave y'all, and I know a little bit more.
And we
So,
all just help each other, don't we?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think we do.
Awesome.
Well, let's take a look at what's coming up for tomorrow, gang.
All righty.
Is it sharing?
No, yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, Peggy Spear from
Hunting
the
and
Amon
fishing.
Carter
Oh,
Museum
right.
of American Art. Hunting and fishing tomorrow.
Okay.
That'll be interesting. She
It will
always
be.
That's
brings
good.
unusual art. It looks like we've lost Miss Nancy already.
Yeah.
Tell Peggy Spear I said hi.
I will do
Oh,
that.
definitely. Yeah.
Your name is Lee?
Lee Naylor. Lee says hi because Peggy's a very nice person and she is awesome.
Yeah.
Leigh, Naylor. I will tell her.
Well,
Thank
we
you so much, Lee.
we have the cream of the crop helping us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
we do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All
That's
right.
right.
Bye-bye.
Y'all later.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
Have a
everybody.
great
See everybody
day.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Anything anybody needs to talk about before we go? We've
I've
just
talked
done it.
out. I've talked out. I'm sorry.
You talk-
Hans, I'm glad you were with us today, even though Yetta couldn't join.
But I'll pull some of my seam rippers out and let you see them. And then you can
Great.
see.
That'd be
Great.
great, yeah.
Give me an idea which
Okay.
one you would like.
I've had one seam ripper since I was 21 and it's broken.
Hmm.
So I need
Yeah.
a new one. Yeah,
I've made a number of them and sold a number of them and given away a lot of them.
that's
So,
awesome.
If you have to
Thank
buy
you.
one, I'll give it to you, Martha.
Thank you. That's in trade for my ink pens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You all have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
With Peggy.